Going live. All right, Miss Goldie Robinson, thank you for being the first one back. Hopefully we can get this live without interruption, right? But you already know if the interruption happens, then it happens. So we're gonna start the live like this is our first live for the morning, even though it's not. If you missed the first part, then watch the first part because this is a continuation of the first part. So again, shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to those coming in from work this morning. Some people work night shift on them thing there. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs and stay-at-home moms and pops and retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town long distance truck drivers, crossing guards, school teachers, law enforcement personnel, engineers, medical field personnel, military personnel, whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as they want good for themselves. You're a good person. If that's you, shout out to you. Here we are. We made it back. All right. So today, 2.0, Missy Brown Bros. Somebody left a comment just now. As soon as I log on, missing a comment, it said, I'm seeing you for the first time and I can't put the voice to the face. Like, how you are seeing me for the first time? My face is on here almost every single day of the year. And you seeing me for the first time in the many years I've been here? Anyway, back for part 2, LOL. Big up yourself, Trini LB. Thank you for being here. All right. So let's get back into what we were talking about, right? We had to do some like a razzle dazzle something just now. I had to actually contact Spectrum. You know, this is something we're going quite frequently now with Spectrum. I don't know what going, but I'm left to be suspicious sometimes. I'm only human. I'm left to be suspicious sometimes because the lives are never interrupted when we talking about cow pum pum and and laughing and talking about frivolous stuff that and comedic stuff. The lives are never interrupted. As soon as we start hit certain topics, for some reason, we have a connection problem. I'm starting to think that that's weird. Am I the only one that's starting to think that that's weird? Jay Robinson said, "I'm paranoid about it too." Nance exactly. Maybe we're just weird. Maybe we're just weird for thinking out the obvious. But I'm starting to be par about it too. You know. Good night, TV lifestyle. Thank you for being here. Big up yourself. Good morning. So I'm gonna make a cup of mint tea. No sugar, no nothing. And talk to the people them at Spectrum. Try to get the internet fixed, and we're back here. So hopefully it holds up. Paro. Virtuous Fire says paranoid. We're paranoid. We're okay. We're just gonna say it's just the internet went bad. All right, so we're gonna pick up where we left off from because we have a lot to talk about. I didn't want to miss all of this, and then tomorrow have to do new topics. On top of them, a bag of topics that we already have to talk about. So back to what I was saying before. If Marco Rubio them really wants to help Jamaica, they could have offer in that way. But then again, if they're not offering in that way, then I mean, if Jamaica is not asking for that type of help, then all they can do is offer. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So check it. We left off talking about what was said in Jamaica, right? A caller called in and said, SouFlo, you got to see the part where a journalist asked about China and China doing business in the Caribbean. And I said that has always been a security concern for the U.S. Make no mistake about it. I don't do anti-U.S. content. I am a U.S. citizen. I live in the United States of America. All my children are born here. I served in the military. I am an infantry combat veteran. I protect the interest of the United States of America. We can still have a conversation though, and we're not drones, and we are not how should I say it now? We are not indoctrinated to the point where we can't agree with something or disagree with something, etc. So it's a broad scope for a conversation. See? All right. So with that said, that was my disclaimer. But with that said, China has responded. Like I said before, it's the interest of the US. Your enemy is in your backyard. I remember, and I've told you about this documentary before I was watching, where they were having a discussion about all the powerful nations in the world. And when they got to the Chinese leaders, they asked them, the Chinese leader said, in time to come, we will outdo the white man in every way, financially, um, military wise, in every way possible, technology wise. And I was watching it, and that's the same documentary I told y'all. The interviewer asked, so white man, he said he meant America, because America is like the white man's great stand. He didn't say Europe, he said America. When they asked him about the black man, he basically said, he's neither here nor there. And it was like, what do you mean he's neither here nor there? And I told y'all before, when I saw it, I was like, damn, we are friggin' insignificant. We're not even at the table when power is being discussed, right? A powerful continent like Africa, that has all these natural resources. And I did some research and came to find out that most of Africa's resources are under control of non-Africans. So he had a right to say they're neither here nor there. Blow with the wind. They're neither here nor there. But they will surpass. So I realized that there's a great struggle for superiority going on. Who's the most superior nation? Who's the most powerful? Who's the better one? And in their fight, there's a fight between China and the US, right? At the top of the food chain are those. Anyways, I found out yesterday that Jamaica has billions of dollars owed to foreign countries. And of those billions of dollars that are owed to foreign countries, a significant chunk of it is owed to China. This is information we just looked up early in the morning, yesterday morning. So, with that said, in this power struggle, it is only in one's best interest to attack the other, right? They're conscious of the power struggle. Back to the conversation we were having before this got interrupted, where the caller said, SouFLo, you should hear when Marco Rubio was in Jamaica yesterday and the journalist asked him about China and China doing business in Jamaica or in the Caribbean diaspora, how he got so angry or whatever. I said, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to make sure I go watch it to see if it's what she said it was. In the meantime, while I was setting up this live, comes across from China Daily. US urged. China answers back. They heard what was said about them in Jamaica yesterday. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, was kind of like warning Jamaica, warning Andrew Holness and them about the predatory lending tactics of China. Saying more like, yeah, China was doing some underhanded business and y'all better be careful because you're going to get caught up in this. His words. So China answers back. The US has been urged to reflect on hegemony over LATAM, whatever that means. Help me out, people, before I have to go into my dictionary. Caribbean. It says that Beijing, China urges the United States to reflect on its hegemonic bullying and plundering of developing countries in Latin America. This is China speaking to the US. They're urging the US to reflect on its hegemonic bullying and plundering of developing countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, and that they should cease from distorting and slandering China. A Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson said on Thursday morning, that is today. Spokesperson Guo Jiakun made the remarks in response to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's recent remarks, where he claimed that the Chinese investment constitutes of quote unquote predatory behavior and leads to excessive debt that the local government cannot repay. China is saying that's not true. Stop slandering us. Talk about what you're doing. The United States malicious, this is what China said. They responded and said the United States is the one who maliciously spreads false information with the aim of sowing a discord between China and other countries. But this will not succeed. China has always observed the principles of mutual respect, equality, mutual benefits, openness, inclusiveness, and a win-win cooperation in its investment cooperation with countries around the world. China respects the will of all relevant countries, effectively promotes economic development and the improvement of living standards in other countries, and brings tangible benefits to the local people in those countries that they invest in. The so called debt burden is nothing but hype, and related claims against China are disregarding the facts. Who exactly is engaged in coercion and plundering is evident for all to see. That was China's response to what was said about China yesterday, um, when Marco Rubio was warning Andrew Holness and the rest and the Caribbean at large about China's predatory tactics that they use, right? And how it's going to backfire and all this. Mm. Mr. Brown Brown said 2 balls for 2 different gal. So that's why them want to take over everywhere them go. Audrey Wright say. Who want to take over everywhere them go, Audrey? The Chinese them? Mm, global dominance, my friend. We have to understand something as a people, right? Nothing is for free. Nothing is for free. So when you see a man come and tell you, say, that's like me coming over to your house and saying, you know, say your house need a nice fence around it. Yeah, man, and you tell me, say, boy, me know, you know, but me not need the, me not have the money to put it up right now. And me I say, man, you need a new roof on the house too. And you know what would a nice for you? What would a nice for you is if we build a pool in at the back. Imagine you can jump in your own pool. It get hot out here, don't it? Yeah, man. And then here what? Your grass look pitchy patchy. Me I go buy some grass seed and plant them and make your grass look nice and green and pretty. At some point, you have to start being like, what him want? Him want move in at my house, or him want fix up the property so him can kill me and take it, or like, what is his goal? Because nothing is for free. Nothing is for free from anybody, whether it's from China or it's from the US or it's from anywhere else who's giving anything. Nobody not just giving you all of this. Ain't nobody coming to Jamaica saying, you know, Jamaica need a lot of highways and nice roads. So the roads, you know, see new road them at Jamaica, them look like, sometimes me I drive at Jamaica, I don't know. I don't know if you ever been driving before and you have a blackout where you feel like you're somewhere else kind of thing. I'm driving in Jamaica, I have a blackout on some of my road, them feel like I'm driving in like Germany or nostalgic of Germany highway, the when I knew highway them, or I'm driving in Miami and upon some of the road them, I'm like, man, I'm in this is Miami. The landscape, the house, them layout, everything have a moment, right? Yeah. So ain't nobody coming to your country being like, I need you to be up to date and look nice and pretty like this part of Miami and that part of Europe and that for 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 a price. For for a price. You know, we have a saying in Jamaica, you know, and the saying is thief never love to see thief with long bag. You don't know that saying? Thief never love to see thief with long bag. So you can imagine these two powerful entities fighting for power and world dominance, and we little Jamaica caught in the middle and play such a big part in the middle that we're caught in. And we're like, We don't know where the one I pull you so, one I pull you so. You know, it's a peculiar position to be in. The entire Caribbean region is a peculiar position to be in. A lot of stuff happens in this region. I guess that's why the pirates them from back when this I did them wicked spot. Seeing this is where all the debauchery and all that went down in the Caribbean region. Them have movie called Pirates of the Caribbean and I think a joke thing. It's taken from like real history, you know. Yeah. No better herring, no better barrel. Mm-hmm. And thief never love visit thief with long bag. Yeah. Bro was so greedy and intrigued with money. Him never read the fine prints. Ross, boy, here what Marco Rubio said about the Chinese um is expected. Here's the thing. I don't hear the Chinese going around saying anything about America. I don't. What I do know is they are heavily invested in Jamaica. I'm not gonna bite my tongue and talk. I feel like they, but you can't. We have a next saying. We say you see a fool, you use a fool, right? So if the Chinese are coming with a whole heap of money and they're looking at Jamaica like everybody else is looking at Jamaica like a great piece of investment, somebody has to be thinking, who can own the most of this? Who can own the most of this beautiful island that is so tropical and nice, but it is also so strategically placed in the Caribbean Sea? Who can own the most of it? Country for sale, apply within Bujose. But could they tell me what I gone? Why you sell out everything? So if everything is for sale, it's not China's fault to be buying. You, you see what I'm saying? If me come in your shop and you tell me say everything for sale in a SouFLoTV and me buy out the whole shop, you can't cuss me. Nobody should cuss me. I had the money, you had things for sale I bought. Not true? So over time, that's how I'm looking at it. It ain't really said that the Chinese them want take over. It's that who is in power is putting everything up for sale, kind of thing. Right. Can Jamaicans go to China and buy it up or get the same kind of deals? No, you cannot. And we already know you cannot. We already know you cannot. I don't even know if y'all see, like, in a bunch of different African nations, suddenly you see African women with Chinese husbands in abundance. You don't see that? And these African women are willing to tell themselves, say, that man left China and found her beautiful out of all the Chinese women them in a China and wants to be with her. I told y'all before, the Chinese are super strategic. They're not dangerous in the sense that they're going to like hurt you to take what they want from you because they want it. No, they are long-term thinkers. Remember when me say, remember when I said the takeover will not be a quick thing. Well, remember that it'll be way down the road. It'll happen gradually, slowly, and you will look around one day and you'll be like Mandarins on all the walls in Jamaica, institutions for Mandarin, and all them other things there, right? It'll be a slow, gradual thing. It consists of getting to your women. It consists of marrying and inbreeding. It consists of diligently investing, slow and building. And then it consists of big corporations take over as well as liquor corner stores take over. You know, who now run the liquor wholesale store them. They're going to be those with the big corporations, the construction companies that are getting all the work to do all the construction in the country, building up all designing and building all these new things that are needed. And in exchange they will say, yeah, we're giving Jamaica infrastructure a facelift, you know, turning it into a modern country, beautiful highways and tolls and modernizing this and that. And the Jamaicans are going to be like, hell yeah, we want that. Who wants to be in 2025 in our country where it look like it's 2013? Nobody. So and we need another airport, and we need this, and we need that, and the wharves need to be bigger, and this needs to be upgraded, and the highway needs to be 4 lanes on each sides, and now we feel like we're in Miami, Florida. This needs to be this. Who is doing all that, and at the cost of what? That's how the Chinese do business, or that's how they invest, and not just business. That's how they take over. It's beyond business. I was studying some of their philosophy, and there's two things that they do in their philosophy, and one is you never take the motherland out of the forefront of your mind. The motherland for them is China. And two, everything you do is to honor the motherland. Anything that was done against them in the past, they have never forgotten it, and they will always work to surpass whoever was ever a competition to them, whoever ever oppressed or held them down or slandered them or did anything to them. And it is all in the name of 50 years, 100 years, 200 years from now, this great civilization, this will be the greatest nation on the face of the earth in every way. 300 years from now, that's how they think. They don't think like us. Oh, I'm living right now. YOLO, only got one life. I'm gonna do it all right now. That's not how they think. That's not how they think. So you see them moving through the Caribbean, including Jamaica. You see them heavily invested in Jamaica for the U.S. For let's not bite our tongues. Let's say plainly what it is. So for the U.S., if you go back and you study history and look at, like, say, I know Pearl Harbor was Japan, right? But if you go back and you look at wars and how wars are fought, and you know that history repeats itself, right? So everybody is gonna go now, damn, when will the next war be, and what two big nations will be at war? You never know. China might reach a place in history where China can actually beat his chest and say, yo, it's time. It's time. Can you take the eagle? And the dragon will say, yes, we are ready. It's time. And they go. Now, pay attention. If over time they have already surrounded the US in Jamaica and all these other islands surrounding the US, if over time they have already surrounded the US and have already infiltrated the US by having their citizens inside of it as well, that would be a hell of a war to fight. Have them in your military, have them in your navy, have them in your government, have them in your citizen crowd, have them surrounding you on different islands, strategically placed. So of course, it's a big friggin' deal for America. It's a big deal for America, and you can't not see why it would be a big deal for America. That's just plain to see, you know? So the China BYD cars are everywhere except in the US, says T95 South. BYD cars, I don't know what that is. Pay your taxes. Back again, Grace James says. Yeah, so the issue there with Rubio visiting Jamaica and saying what he said about China and their predatory lending and whatnot, you know, they have their thing going on. For us as regular people, there's nothing we can do to change it. That's the sad part. There's nothing we can do to change it. It's going to be what it is. What transpired in that meeting yesterday between Andrew Holness and Marco Rubio, Secretary of State from the US, we don't fully know. They'll show you stuff on, this is what we want the public to know. Yeah, fling that out. News media carries everything. Let's stop acting like we are privy to private information, because we're not. All right? We don't know what goes on in a Donald Trump meeting. We don't have the details unless they choose to tell us. And even then, it is very selective on what is let out to the public. So we can't sit here and be like, yep, that go on, yesterday Andrew said this, and then that happened. We don't know. We don't know what the hell they talked about, really. We don't know what deals were made under the table. We don't know. All I know is, for me, I found it funny when Marco Rubio started buttering up Andrew Holness, talking about he has made great strides, especially where the murder rate is concerned. You know when you try to get something from somebody and you're general, so you tell them all kind of nice things. Jamaican man. I don't know when we are trying to get the liquor pump pump. Not true. And we are say all kind of something to her, wanting babes. And you hear them beautiful, you know. And boy, your skin pretty. And you know, our skin look crusty, you know, but you're just hard up and you feel like, say, you know, the body around same way and the pump pump fat for sure. So, you know, you can look past the crusty skin, but you have to tell her, say, boy, your skin pretty, you know, baby. And that's how I feel like it was going yesterday when he jumped on the murder thing. I was like, why are you buttering up? That's one that is obvious to all Jamaicans that nothing good now go on there. So you could have buttered him up on something else, but you went there. I want to talk about behind the scenes, but we don't know about for you to be buttering him up on that. Election is coming. I'm gonna help you win, and you help us by XYZ. Ha! All me know him get dirty. But of course, you have to butter her up first, says Audrey. Yeah, you have to butter her up. You know, I hear them Cassie, I tell her, I said, those are the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. You know, I just love the color of your eyes. You not even tell her, but I tell her, I said, them look like the two of them, I look on each other. You just have to butter her up. So he was getting buttered up yesterday, for sure, for sure. Need them knock you, tell her how she bow legged and her leg them look sexy. That's all kind of something that go on. Big up on yourself if you have knock knee, nothing wrong with it. Them say the knock knee them are protecting something special. If your thighs rubbing, it's protecting some good something up in there. So nothing wrong with that neither. I don't want anybody leaving here feeling like body dysmorphia and so forth make me feel bad about my body and shameful about myself. All right. All we already know, say, him licky licky and techie techie. Him licky licky and techie techie. He's licky licky and techie techie in the name of Jamaica. That's the picture that's painted. All right. So all the begging what me I do is in your name. Me I beg for you. That's we have the sugar 100. Yeah, Cartel dry. Yeah, when the ties them I scrub them say it a lock in the you know well seasoned up in the sun. It's protecting some good stuff. What it's about people with woman with space in them front teeth to something about a woman with a space in her front teeth. That is where you want to be. And sadly them really believe that. They do. They do. They do. Uh I don't want to talk too much more about that because we have other topics to get into. We're gonna get into the women that was that lost their lives on conjugal visits in prison. You have your good tuntun out there. Can get to any man in a free world. You can't go in a prison. Go get to we have to get into this next. Listen, enough about this Andrew Holness and what happened with Marco Rubio stuff. Somebody told me a long time ago, say SouFLo, you'll do just fine. Just don't get into politics. All right. Leave the politics up alone. And I vowed that I would. So me I gonna left it alone right there. So we have little comments here and there. But to all politicians on either side, we're not dependent on our side. We are spectators. We are watching everything unfold. Okay, so I subtract myself from that, and we move on to our next to our next topic. Just don't try and lie to it though when the evidence is right there, and we can call you out on it. Because we'll just call you out on it, but we'll keep moving. All right, let's talk about these two women that gone to prison. Go give it a good something. I don't know. You know, I was just looking at Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie is 70 something years old now, and his woman is 35. I think he's 72 and his woman is 35. Lionel Richie, and his woman, him and his woman has been together for they just passed 10 years together. So he was 62 when he met her, or 60 something, and she was 20 something getting with a 60 something year old man. So back to what I said earlier, I said, ladies, you know, when you're young and you're pretty, and you have the glamity and the glue, and everything look, and the pretty little roses in my garden kind of thing, and you have your dirty thinking attitude, cha, can get the next one of them there. And time is a mother, you know what? Time goes by fast. Time goes by fast, and how quickly you look back and don't look like how you did look before. Everything changed. Um, and then your bargaining levels go down, right? Yes, Lionel is 75, Nans, and I think his girl is 32. Yeah, I think his girl is 32. I just saw it this morning, so me I go off. But your bargaining chips go down, ladies. Your bargaining chips go down quickly, and the part that a lot of women don't like to hear is that the men bargaining chips go up as they age. Now, somebody might say, "Cha, I use you." Who isn't using somebody? So everybody I use somebody. Who isn't using somebody? So them old man and them they would rather be used by, I'm 75. I'd rather be used by a 32 or 34-year-old, 34-year-old Kaitaja Empress. I'd rather be used by a 34-year-old at 75 than to have a 75-year-old woman who at my age just a nag me and my house uncomfortable and unhappy. You know what I say? Anyhow, so the saying is that, hey man, focus on your money, focus on your putting you together, fix up all of you, all right, fix up the whole of you, and the women will always be there, kind of thing for the men. But like that old man said when the lady asked him, "How come you always looking at these young women? You don't look at old women like old your age?" He says, "Cause nobody wants an old woman." You remember me talk about that? And I said they roasted him because the women were like, nobody wants an old man either, grandpa, especially one like you who aged so badly and your skin look all messed up and rah, rah, rah. But here what? That same messed up skin old man there, if him money long, them same pretty young gal there will be right over there. And whether they love you or not, you don't really care. They are available for you and to you. And that's the part where they matter. See, with that said though, Lionel make sure say him take all of him supplements and sustenances. Should they there keep him young too? Should they, they had a conversation about this with a lot of older men that are with much younger women and they've been together for a long time. Some of them you have to question when them say how many years they've been together and you scale it back and look, you have to say, okay, then that means when you did meet her she was 17. That got turned or 18 and she gave you like 10, 15, 20 years so far kind of thing. And she's still young, right? And way up in that age now. And they asked these people these types of questions. They answered. Majority of the men said it's something about a younger woman. He said, for one, a younger woman, like when one of them said once a woman past 35, you can't talk to her no more. She feel like she been on earth long enough to where she know everything and you can't tell her nothing as a man. And that's one of the most unattractive things for a man is a man likes to know that he can impart knowledge onto his woman. She sees me as somebody she can learn something from. Once she becomes somebody who is like, you can't tell me nothing, me no know nothing, me no want to know nothing from you kind of thing, it's like, okay, she could go her way. What's another one is she's no longer adventurous. By the time she reached certain ages, like, I've done that already, man. That's boring. I don't want to do that. Young women are like, oh my God, let's do that. Let's go hiking. Let's jump out of a plane. Let's get on that right there. Let's skydive. Let's do this. Let's go to Germany. Let's go to France. Let's go to Italy. Let's go to Spain. Let's do this. And it keeps him moving and keeps him young and keeps him even still finding out new things because she wants the new things. Where as the older woman, she's like, I'm more settled in. I'm a homebody. Age naturally shuts you down. Even the one them we are forced, I tell themselves, say, no, age now shut me down. Let me run from age like this. Age is not shutting me down. I'm still full of energy. I still got it. The age is still catching up to you and it's shutting you down. When that knee pop like it never popped before, when that back hurt like it never hurt before, When you start feeling stuff on your body you ain't never felt before, that's age shutting you down. So you naturally shut down. I mean, even if you go work out, exercise, eat this, you understand that that's a regime that you have to take on, right? A regiment in order to actually even keep up with life itself. Otherwise, you fall naturally into sit your ass down. You naturally fall into sit your ass down because that's how life is. Life says, listen, I don't care what they want to tell you with all these supplements and all this stuff and gym hours and whatever. I gave you enough time on the clock. You say you 49, okay, celebrating your 50th birthday tomorrow. Pop, that right knee went out, and you over there like, where this come from? I wasn't even doing nothing, God. What happened right here? What happened to my knee? And then that knee's gonna take about 2 weeks to heal right there, right? I'm telling you, man. The other day I slipped in the kitchen. That's a slip I could have just got over. You know, a couple of years ago, I could have got over that damn slip. That slip took 2 weeks to heal from that slip. When me feel it first, Shakira was sitting at the counter and I said, "Me said blood clot." Just like that, you know, I said, "Blood clot." And she heard it, bam. She was like, "What happened?" Me said, "It's like the slippers them throw me in at the stove." I was like, "It's like the damn pair of slippers them just fling me in at the stove." I, she was like laughing a little bit or whatever. I feel a little tweak in my left knee. I never said nothing about it. I was like, I'll walk it off, you know. Rub it out, massage it out a little bit. The next day after that, my knee like a baby grapefruit size. So this is weird because it's not really hurting like that. The third day after that, it looked like a very big grapefruit. Can't bend my leg and hurting like hell. Like somebody was stabbing it. Like this is Mother Nature, right? Mother Nature have a knife. I was like, sit your ass down. That's my sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. You feel like you're young. You're a young boy. Sit up. Sit your ass down. In my knee. I'm like, God. I tell you what. It was so bad I couldn't even drive. Couldn't even get in the vehicle and just drive because I couldn't bend the leg enough to fit in the vehicle. And I drive a big ass truck. And I couldn't fit in there. I'm a big guy too. So I couldn't fit in there for a whole week. I have to just send my vehicle and just avoid it. You know what I mean? I'm like, so my knee hurt, and my knee heal. And I'm thinking about it. And when I finally got able to like get little bend in it, the first thing me do is jump in the car and go drive. And, I'm driving, I'm looking around and I'm seeing like older men that are much older than me walking across the street, and I'm like, God, please, just let me be like that. That guy looked like he could be my grandfather. He looked like he could be my grandfather's father. How him so frisky? Me want frisky like that again. Please, God. You know, when you reach them stage there, it is what it is for you, man. So yeah, we all gonna have with you, but ladies, the thing is, women are always looking to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And whether she'll use him or not, she'll even breed for him. So a man can always start him life over. Always. Always find a new woman who can give more kids and have a whole new family and raise new babies. And how should you say it now? Do that joyful period all over again. What it's like to raise new babies, or what it's like to see a woman have your child, bring your child into the world, whatever. If he had the finances to do it, he's able to do it. A woman can't do that. She at a certain age, which man she gonna give baby? Which family she gonna build with new man? You know what I mean? So it's two totally different perspective on life. That's true. Now, with that said, this should segue into these women going to prison and carrying their good to prison. If y'all seen the new icon I built for this part 2 of the video, you see the two women that are in to the right side of the video. One's in a silver dress, and she like, you know, and she look well good and thing. Silver hair and match the dress on, and the woman next to her. Those are the two women that had man in a prison. The first story says the woman was strangled during an overnight visit with her husband at a California prison. An overnight visit with her husband. Hold on there. at a California prison. Anytime I start looking sideways, these lights start bothering my eyes. Or I think I just look cool wearing them when I'm reading. But I'm not reading glasses, you know. Then I have no prescription in them neither. Anyway, officials are looking into the death of Stephanie Brinson, who's the second person in a year to die during a family visit at this Ione facility. Prison officials are investigating the death of the woman who was strangled during an overnight visit with her husband at this California prison. It happened last year. I don't know why this year is when it's getting all loud and stuff, but it happened last year. Stephanie Diane Dowles, 62 years old, also known as Stephanie Brinson, was killed in November of 2024, becoming the second person in a year to die during a family visit at the same facility, the Mule Creek State Prison in Ione, the Los Angeles Times first ones to report that. The previous victim was Tanya Thomas, 47 years old, who was strangled during a family visit. Amador County District Attorney Toddy Ribe on Monday said the man she was visiting had been charged now with her murder. Dowles, the older one, 67 years old, she was a hairdresser, and she was visiting her husband, David Brinson, who is 54 years old. Let's go back to her age again. 62, her husband, 54, who was convicted. Get this part. He was convicted in the 1990s of murdering 4 men during a robbery, and he was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without parole from back in the 90s. Before I go any further into her information and stuff, right? If this, make we do the maths like a bit as family. So if this man is 54 today, and you go back 1999, even though we know it's back into the 90s, we go back 1999, right before 2000. We are so take off 25 years off of him, 54 years. He been in prison since he was young 20s. If he been in prison since he was young 20s, walk with me. If he been in prison since he was young 20s, I have to ask myself, where did he meet her? How did they become married? Because 54 to 62, 8 years difference. So if he was locked up since young 20s and she is 8 years his senior, want to see the complication when I try to work out here, so? All right. Nance, that's exactly the same rotted thing that I said. One of the things I thought to myself was, this man didn't want no pum-pum Miss Lady. You know, hold on there. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Good morning, bossy.
Morning, family, what go on? You have a whole heap of background noise, man.
Oh, I'm moving on, yeah. Yeah, I'm in the construction site. Brother, I want to talk to you. So, you know, I have about 5 subscribers, I tell you, brother.
God no. so what can that time that we never do no call in and them something there.
No, but they come out, you know, because they get the number off. Let me come off of the Bluetooth here.
Yeah, because we can't hear.
They get the number off. They get the number off when I told person when I'm there. Then,
yeah.
We don't have Vegas to talk. Yeah, man. Yeah, you what going on now?
Wait there, what is?
Huh?
Where, sir?
We don't have Vegas to talk, man. We're going to do music.
Okay. All right, so talk.
All right, you want me to tell about with the visit to Jamaica, you know. And the crime thing, what they say I go down.
Hold on there. You have to make that real quick because here I know that's what they're on right now.
All right, you want to go on now?
Yeah.
What time you can call about? I just want to talk to you differently and you can highlight you after.
All right. Just the next time. Try tomorrow morning, no man.
No, I can't call in for the program because construction, I don't want to call if you talk to you one-on-one.
Okay, well, it's gonna be after this then. So let me see. You have to go give it like in about 2 hours.
Okay, man, my lunch time at 12 o'clock.
All right, well, make some time after that, man.
All right, sir, cool.
All right, manners.
4 hours.
All right. All right, so a prison marriage, he feels sorry for home. Okay, so y'all see, honestly, when me I work out, right, with the age of these women and these things, all right, somebody said then you couldn't find no man out a road figure. You know, I was thinking about this in the bathroom this morning as I was brushing my teeth, flossing, and brushing my tongue and getting ready to do this live here. And I say, you know, say human beings, period. Human beings will go through lengths to get that something there where them need, you know. You say when a woman have a one man where done it like no other before, yeah, shit. That's why she was married for years and still slapping on the side every now and then. The one wonder we can always get it. Whether it's the way he grips her neck back when him have her panabacas, or it's the longest pole she ever ride in her life and it does the things to her, or something. We could say a million different things. Same thing for men. Humans. Humans will go through all kinds of lengths. It don't have nothing to do with no loyalty. You locked up doing 4 consecutive, not concurrent, consecutive life terms. That means you have to finish one, serve life again, then serve life again, then serve life again. So obviously he ain't never coming out. They buried him, and you are care pum pum go give him. It has to be more than that. Papa did a stroke it in a way where others weren't. She ain't never had that nowhere else before. That ain't no damn love. And plus, she know where he's at. And I've heard women say this before too. Yeah, I married a man in prison, and they asked her, "Why the hell would you want to do that?" That talk about some beautiful woman, you know. They have them things out here, you know, highly accomplished in their career fields and all these kind of things. Why would you do that? She said, one woman said, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not worried about where my man is at. I know where he's at. And I thought, how low must your self esteem be? Or how much of a control freak you must be? When I go to sleep at night, I'm not worried about where my man is at. I know where he's at. What the fuck? Do you know that he is locked in with other men? Do you know that whole heap of them other men there turn, you know, after a while in there? Do you know says a whole heap of batty game player in there, so where he's at? I don't know. It look like some of them don't care. He could cheat on me with a man as long as it's not another woman that's getting my good. Me don't know how them rationalize it. I don't know. See, so back to the information right here, so now. So the previous victim, Tanya Thomas, was 47 years old as well, and was also strangled during a visit that was put out by the county sheriff. The man she was visiting has now been charged with her murder as well. Dowell, the hairdresser, the woman who is the older one, was visiting her husband David Brinson, who was 54, who was convicted 1990s and was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without parole. On the 13th of November, Brinson called prison officials reporting that his wife had passed out in the room. It's a conjugal visit, right? The officers began life saving measures and called 911. They responded. They started doing CPR on her. They called 911, but Dowells was pronounced dead shortly after. The Amador County Sheriff's Office later confirmed that through an autopsy done, she was strangled. She didn't just stop breathing like he told them. She was strangled, and then they ruled her death a homicide. Prison officials and the district attorney office are investigating with changes pending autopsy and prison reports. The autopsy came back saying she was strangled. They were investigating up to that point. Now, Dowell's son, she has a son. Her son is 28 years old. and her son is married, has a wife, Natalie Jimenez, and they both did an interview with NBC News. That Brinson's account of events, the guy who, her husband, her account, his account of the events kept changing, they said. One day he would say that he found her unconscious on the bed. Next, he would say he found her unconscious on the floor. Now, this is a conjugal visit, you know. So, in these conjugal visits, I'll tell you how they do the conjugal visits. He would say, you know, she passed out on the floor. And then I panicked. I don't know what happened. And then next time they asked him, he would say, you know, she passed out on the bed. And then they knew something was off. Dowells lived in Inglewood, California, with Torres, Jimenez, and their 3-year-old. So she lived with her son, his wife, and her grandchild. And here, this part, the grandchild, which is a little child, calls the guy that's locked up grandpa. The couple had actually allowed their little son to go with grandma to go do conjugal visit, because contrary to popular belief, most of us think that conjugal visit means you have sex. Okay, you could just be visiting your family member and they give you a quarters and you lock off in the quarters for hours. You know, so a child was allowed in there and she took that little grandchild. The company allowed their son to accompany her on 2% years. With my kid, I'm thinking, that's a green light, Torres said of Brinson. You know, like everything's fine. Now, your sister them people here in a rap too tight because I would never know if I could trust you with my kid. If you're doing 4 life terms without possibility of parole, I would never know if I could trust you with my kid. You know why? Because my kid would never be visiting you with granny and staying overnight inside of a prison conjugal visit. You see how some people think though, right? Exactly, Nans. Why put a child through that? Why put a child through that? But they did on more than one occasion. So I'm thinking this guy could have killed even the damn child. Well, he went on to say, we really love you, mom. We really loved our mom. And we just wanted her to be happy. You know, she usually came back happy after seeing him, and we wanted her to continue to be happy like that. So they talked on the phone every day, and everything seemed good. They're talking. This is them giving an account about her on the phone with him, who's in prison. She and him talked on the phone every day, and she seemed really happy every time they talked on the phone. Every time she went and visited him, do the conjugal visits, she came back super happy. So, you know, we thought it was all good. I'm all for second chances. He recalled overhearing his mom having an argument with Brinson over the phone, but said, yeah, I didn't think much of it. Stephanie always tried to see the good in people, her son said. Thomas, now the other victim, was found unconscious July 1st of 2024 in a family visiting unit while visiting her partner, Anthony Curry. Somebody said that one of these women, and I believe that it's the younger one, is Jamaican, and the guy that's locked up is Jamaican as well. I haven't vetted this part of the story. I don't know. The person who told me that yesterday, if you're here today, I would love to hear from you, like how you found out that they're Jamaican, because I haven't come across that information. And I did some digging. I was trying to find out if they're Jamaican for real, you know, but I couldn't find out. Yeah. So the second woman now, the 48-year-old one, Curry, who's 48. No, Curry, the guy he's 48. Thomas and the other victim found on Thomas was the other victim that was found unconscious July 1st of 2024 in a family visiting unit while visiting Anthony Curry. Anthony Curry, who's 48, he is serving a life sentence as well for attempted second-degree murder and a separate 13-year sentence for carjacking with a firearm. These are all dangerous men. That's another red light. Hey, my message to women out here that love dangerous men is this. When you see how dangerous they are and that record is proven, it's only common sense that should tell you that they can get that dangerous with you. 4 life sentences, no possibility of parole. And you thought that was somebody to go lock yourself in with? Even if that was your man and you wanted to go visit him, you should have had some damn sense and be like, you know what? I can't be in a closed area with you. I'll visit you, but you'll have to be out on the yard in front of everybody. What you know them have them security guard there, California will stay up on the top tier with the AR-15s. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that kind of visit. We ain't locking up in no damn room. You killed 4 people, bro, and got found guilty, and you're doing quadruple life sentences. She had to sleep over with a stone cold killer, and feel like nothing can happen to you. You see, some women be walking themselves into a situation, and every time I say this, I have some dizzy head in the comment section. I don't know what's up with you. You always blame women. He has been charged with Thomas's murder, but has yet to be arraigned. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation allows certain prisoners to have family visits in private, in an apartment that they give to them, like facilities on the prison grounds. These visits last 30 to 40 hours. We can all do the maths. It's 24 hours in a day. So that's almost 2 days if they give you a 40-hour visit. The program aims to support positive family connections and rehabilitation. Death row inmates, sex offenders, and those with disciplinary restrictions are excluded from this program, but not if you're serving life. You're still included in that program. So you have to be like a sex offender or on death row or something to not be in that program. The practice of family visits began back in 1900s at the Mississippi Parchman Prison, initially for black prisoners under racist assumptions about labor motivation. So this was something that was made supposed to be used against us. They're not working hard enough. Maybe if you bring a family member in every now and then, they'll remember how much they miss their family. Then they'll start working harder, motivated to see their family. By the 1900s, 17 states offered family visits, which advocates say help maintain relationship and reduce prison violence. Currently, only California, Connecticut, New York, and Washington allow such visits. All other states, it's a no-no with strict eligibility requirements. No federal prisons offer this. Each state has different programs, names, and rules, such as Connecticut requiring a minor child and another adult family member to be present. Research shows that conjugal and family visits benefit prisoners overall, with incidents of violence being very, very rare. One study shows that 25% drop in misconduct by people while they're incarcerated if they get conjugal visits. A 25% drop. And another study shows a 26% decrease in recidivism, which means they don't come back to prison because they were able to see their people while they were in there, spend the night with them, and then go back to doing the rest of your 10, 15, 20 years, and it made them want to be home so badly, and it makes them think, I remember seeing you in there. I don't ever want to do that again. So there was some kind of good to it, except for now they're calling for this program to end because these two women got killed while on the program. Like I said, this happened end of last year, middle of last year, which was June or July, and the end of last year, which was November, for the second, the older victim. I don't know if they should stop the program. I just think women need to be wiser, though. So, the family of a woman who was strangled last year, this is the other woman, overnight visit with her husband in California prison on Wednesday, said the whole program needs to be suspended um, until they can figure out better strategies. She was 47. She was the one who was killed in July. She was deemed to be strangled while she was visiting her husband at the facility, the same facility the other woman lost her life in as well. Uh, Now everybody is crying. Her family members are saying something needs to be done, and it should have been done 2 homicides ago, and this should never have happened. I'm sick to my stomach this is happening. But and it happens again just months after Stephanie, you know, they need to shut the whole program down. For the second woman, hear this. Despite the 2 homicide deaths during overnight visits at the prison in North California, um, authorities are saying that these are extremely rare. So there's no rush to shut the program down. It's very concerning though, but it's unprecedented in my experience. It's unprecedented in this facility. We've never had this happen before. The killings are the first violent acts during family visits at this facility. And I've been here 26 years. The California Department of Corrections and Rehab has not provided any information in response to inquiries about other homicides that might have occurred on visitation in their facility. But here's one of their lead officers saying he's been there 26 years and that has never happened. So the overnights are intended to support, family member connection. Uh, some of these guys are well wounded up kind of thing, but they've been behaving themselves, so they reward them with your wife coming to see you, and they get something off and start feeling better, and that kind of sex is super important. Sex is super important. Even super athletes don't have sex when it's time for competition. Bodybuilders, track athletes, you name it, because they want the aggression, so they allow the testosterone to build up because they need that aggression to compete. Now you could imagine a bunch of guys locked in, them not get none, and all this build up of testosterone, right? Shut it down. One too many already, Audrey says. This is slackness. When you're in a prison, that shouldn't be on the menu, says Audrey. But hear what, Audrey? You were created this way. Nature. Prison don't stop nature. I don't know if y'all ever watched this guy called Fleece Booty Jackson. Some of y'all might have watched him, right? Fleece is as raw as it gets. I'm watching one of the documentaries with Fleece in it because he's out of prison now, and they thought he would never get out of prison. So he resigned himself to a life of, I ain't never getting up out of here anyways, so I'm just go ahead and Mr. Bram Bram says back your fist, but back your fist don't always work. That's just like telling a woman to, you're gonna use a vibrator the rest of your life. No, she's not. She's gonna look good because it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Yeah, you can zing 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 all you want to, and it might last a while. But even so, even sister from the church there, even so, she gonna slip every now and then pray about it. You know. Um, Fleece said he said it the best. Crystal G says a man in a prison should not be privy to no pum pum. Hold a honey palm until you come out. And I don't even think I would give any for a long time after you get out. We have to check the body stats. But Fleece Booty Johnson said this. He said, listen, man, you got a lot of young boys coming in these prisons at the prime of their life. You talking about 19 to 25 years old, right? Body full of testosterone, and they growing and they got a lot of energy and stuff. And a lot of them are freaks. And a lot of them are busy out here because they got a lot of girls they knocking down, a lot of different sex partners, and then they get in trouble and they get in the law and they get locked up and they get 15, 20, 30 years. Some of them ain't never coming home. You think when they cross those prison gates and they close the gate, they freakiness and they what next one you say? They libido and they freakiness get left on the other side. It don't. It come right on in here with them. So they be in here getting in everything and in everybody. Yo, I said, Ross, that's how we have to look at it. That's how we have to look at it. Yeah. I lie. She only married to God. Yeah, so them say, Audrey, the only man I'm married to is the Lord Jesus Christ. God is my husband. Yeah. Yes. Then she end up in a hallelujah moment. But yeah, so back to this. The families of both the women uh are basically begging for this thing to be closed down. Both families said they want to see the eligibility rules changed and they want to see more protection added. No one has been charged. Now here's the thing. Well, no one has been charged. And Brinson was convicted in 1990, murdered 4 men. No one has been charged in Dowell's killing. So they haven't charged him yet. According to this, they have not charged him yet. One thing I do want to know is how many other times. I'm trying to get to a more important part in the story here. So, there's a part in the story where the victim's daughter, the 47-year-old woman, her daughter said they found out that their mama was married to this man. And when they found out that she was married to him, it was a surprise. And now they know, she knows that they would have never stood for it. Because if she was telling them, like, yeah, girl, I met this man, but he in prison and I'm going to marry him, they would have been like, hell no, and we're not supporting it. So she hid it from everybody. And because she was married to him, she got her conjugal visits with her husband. It's when the report came out that she was visiting her husband, they were like, husband? Mama ain't married to that man. Well, the prison said, yes, she is. She is. No man shortage no in a them state. Some of them women here, you see, women, a lot of women don't, there's a thing called responsibility, boy. It's like responsibility be fighting women to accept them, and they just don't want to accept the responsibility. You know, it's the trees outside that's to be blamed. It's the sun that's to be blamed. It's the skies. It's that damn building. It's the way they made these roads. It's my friggin' third grade teacher. I'm 47. It's something of everybody. It's not you. Ain't no man shortage. She wanted what she wanted. She wanted a man in prison. She wanted a dangerous man in prison. How much you got? I could imagine when she was vetting them. I don't mean no disrespect to the family. I could imagine when she was vetting them. Because, they have prison pen pals online, right? And believe it or not, they be looking up stuff. That, yeah, he look good, but he ain't dangerous enough, girl. He ain't killed nobody. He gonna be in there for 15 years, then he gonna come home and leave you. Find one of them that done killed like 4 people. He done got like 4 life sentences. He ain't never coming out. And that's they look for them on them in there and be like, aha, I want this one right here. And he tall, dark, and handsome too. That's me right here. Then they start talking back and forth with them. How you doing, sugar? You got money on your books. You want mama set you up, put a little money on your book. You get your commissary. You can call me, baby. We got some things to discuss. Yeah. I hate to say it, man, but I don't know. I don't know. You know, there's a brother out here who does Instagram, and he was telling men who don't get laid how to get laid. And he said one of the things that you can do, kid you not, he says go to the prison pen pal. Go to the prison pen pal, and you have the pick of the litter because they're all laid out right there on the screen, and you could see their crime, what they got convicted of, how long they're gonna do it in prison before they come out. All these women need somebody to talk to. They need a man that make them feel like they could care about them, and a lot of them they're gonna need somewhere to stay when they get out. Some of them they went in on drug charges. They were already homeless and hoeing before they went in. They'll be glad to know while they're in there cleaning themselves up, you waiting out here with a place to stay. So and go after one of those. I mean, and I'm thinking to myself, if this ain't desperation at its finest, I don't know what is. Mel said I used to live in Delaware and I would drive by the prison and the ladies would be outside scantily dressed while throwing up their hand signals to the prisoners. outside outside of the prison wall. Some of them live in an area where they done ran through as many men they could run through in that area already. Them reputation bad in that area there. So nobody no want them. And then they've aged out as well. So, it's only so many times you could move to Miami and then move to this state and that state and reinvent yourself and start all over again. So frig it, let's start going for guys in prisons. I was married to one back in 08. I wrote 2 letters per day. Asarin Odetta said I was married to one back in 08. Asarin, wait. Did you meet that person in prison? Like from prison pen pal? Or did you know them before they went in? You were married before he went in? Talk to me quick, Asarin. Are you may I talk to? Come, talk quick. Were you married before he went in, or you met through? Don't be ashamed, girl. We ain't judging you. We listen, but we don't judge. We're not judging you, okay? What you say? You did married before you go in. Before you go in, you married him in there, Ross. What? I certain no, me want to talk to you. No, no, me really want to talk. No, me wish you could have even call or something. What inspired you to do such thing? What me want to know? What inspired you to do such thing? Jay Robinson said, "Me, I listen to. Please call in." Asarin, call in. Asarin, pick up the phone. 1806. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
What do I hear?
Everything. I want to hear everything.
Okay, so I was living in New York. So I moved to Kentucky. So I went to church and I met these girls at church. So the old elder brother was in jail. He was young, probably 20 something too. But he had 10 years because he do something to 2 people, whatever. So he was cute.
So them give him 10 years.
I started writing him.
Rotted.
And then like 6 months later we got married. In the jail.
In the jail?
In the jail, yeah. I took the cake and everything to the jail. I was going to see him every weekend. You can go stay by the hotel and then you go on a weekend like twice, Saturday, Sunday. Money on his books and everything.
Why you do that?
So when he
Wait. What? First of all, that was super quick. Why you did that? Why did you do that? What made you do that?
I'm sorry for him because nobody was looking out for him or anything.
So you feel like this was your man that you could did you think like if you took care of him, he would be loyal to you when he get home and y'all would ride off into the sunset?
Listen, if I'm with somebody, I give you all the options. Just don't have whoever you deal with disrespect me. So he knew that. But I give him the utmost respect. I could have been in jail now with the amount of stuff that I did for him while he was in there. Because he was friends with the guard, and they would allow me to come through and do stuff, bring stuff, and whatever.
What?
Yeah.
So y'all was having conjugal visits without conjugal arrangements?
They didn't allow you to do that, but they like let you sit in the yard under the shed, and like the security won't come and bother you because they know who he was and stuff.
So they could touch up, feel up and stuff, but no.
Yeah, and sit and laugh and all kind of crazy stuff. So when he came out, we was married more time when he was in jail than when he came out. So when he came out, I told him he could go hang out with his friends and stuff. I don't mind because I'm not like an out there person like that. I used to hang with his sisters, and so then he went out one night. I guess he didn't know nothing about cell phone. So I gave him a cell phone. That was I had T-Mobile. Yes, I gave him a phone. So when I would call him, because he was these thirsty females, he won't answer my call. So I called T-Mobile and I tell him cut the phone off. As soon as they cut the phone off, he find a number to call me from. Why you cut the phone off? Because you're not answering the call. You're allowed to do what you want. You're an adult. Just don't sneak and do nothing. So when one night me and the sisters went to a party and this crackhead female ran up on me, and you already know what time it is.
It's fight.
Where I grew up, you don't run up on nobody like that.
Right.
So I whooped that ass in the party. I got kicked out of the party.
You're fighting over your prison man. Wait. You're fighting over your prison man.
No, I don't fight over nobody. I'll beat your ass for disrespecting me. I ain't fighting over nobody.
God take the case and give me the pillow.
But I never had a problem with him when he get out. Oh, the other thing, this is why I divorced him too. So we was there. The kids wasn't there. They was at dad's house. So I was like, I want to do something crazy.
Kids for
and this man gonna tell me, we get in the shower, get out of the shower, and lay flat out on the bed, on his stomach. And this is what he said to me. I want a back door, right? So I'm like,
wait, no, hold on. Because I was going to ask this, but I was going to ask it as a joke. Wait. So the house empty. The house set this up.
Can you do it? And I said, yes, you can do it if I do you first. So he lay flat out on the bed, and I had this long, fat something. And I did it, and he didn't even all he said to me, this is between me and you, don't say nothing to nobody. And I said, okay. And
you say he took it and never flinched.
He didn't flinch.
You say him angle it.
Him angle it nice. So then
Mercy God Almighty.
I put him out. After that day, I put him out. So he moved down three doors down with his girl. The girl was by whatever. So every time I see them together, she was like, I want your wife. And he would come and tell me the ignorance. I said, you know, I did that. Said, no, don't say nothing. But I divorced his ass.
Judge God.
Yeah.
Ooh. So did he do 10 years?
He did more. Listen, he been going to jail since he was 14.
Oh,
he
God.
Back in jail.
So why he back in jail now?
My granny used to ask me if I'm not scared of him. I took him to New York to meet all my family and everything. But the thing is that I'm not scared of nobody that do stuff like that. I'm not.
He in jail having a ball.
No, do you know what he did when he went back to jail?
What?
He was messing with his color girl. And he was babysitting somebody's house with some rich people, and he went for all this stuff. So he called his friends and she said no, telling me he can't do that to the people's house, and just called her with a pill.
Wait there, your phone breaking up. We can't hear what you're saying right there at that part. What he did to go back in jail?
put a pillow on somebody's face and don't take it off.
Put a pillow on somebody's face?
On his girlfriend. His girlfriend.
Hold her down with a pillow over her face?
Yeah, she was babysitting somebody's house and he went to go rob the house with his friend.
Wally, he's a real prison bird.
But by the time then, I was done with him already. Because my divorce didn't take about 2 weeks. The lawyer asked me how fast I wanted. I tell him as fast as I can. So after I divorced him, he told the lawyer he want alimony. Because I was supporting him while he was locked up. And the lawyer said, hell no.
So my girl, answer me this. You really did him that with that thing?
It was long as hell because I and it burned me because I'm allergic. So I kept it just in case.
But it was long as hell and you bought it for you.
I asked his sister if they ever did that to him and she was like, no, he ain't going for that.
I saw you's a freak. You buy that big old thing for you? For you?
I want to see what he was going to do.
Judge of God. Me no want to ask no more questions.
Like I was married. Okay, then my husband, the last husband that I divorced over there, he was in the army too, right? So every time, phone caller, every time, it's like, do this. I'm like, what? And there we go again.
Yes, you turned it out, that man.
I didn't turn him out. They wanted me to do it to them.
They want you to do.
Because when you ask me to do it to me, I want to do it first.
Ross.
If you gonna do me, I'm gonna do you first. That way you can get one up on me.
Oh my God. So any man ever say him do that to you, just know say you did. You just know say you bend him up first.
Exactly. So I asked him, I said, your dad used to do this to you, and he always would look.
Rasta.
You go to his friend's house, all folks, and sleep in his house.
You different.
I'm different.
Yeah, you different. you different. I don't even want to ask no more questions. I'm done. I'm done.
If you come at me sideways, I'm gonna go with you sideways. Ain't no nothing in that.
I hear that. All right then.
All right.
Manners. Rotten. So, back to what we did I say now. You know, me don't know wanna sit in a prison, man. Cause why hey, I'm encourage every time I watch these videos by this brother right here, I cringe through the whole video. And I cringe through the whole video because I feel like I'm watching gay porn when I listen to, you know what I'm saying? You listening to something, actually, he's so vivid, me feel like my eyes I see things that my eyes shouldn't see. I want to scrub out my ears. But I listen for a reason. Because I even want my boys to hear all this stuff. It's a deterrent, right? And this is something that I don't have no plans on ever doing, because I'm going to walk them walks of life there. So you hear them thing and you might think to yourself, nah. I heard these stories when I was young. And I can say, yes, with respect to Miss Rubio and Mas cleaving them and me never wanting to disappoint them and all that, big deterrent. I think that was probably my biggest deterrent. Yeah, me not go in on nobody prison go play no batty game. And a lot of them go in there go play a batty game and come back out acting like nothing happened. But you see some of them be so happy to go back in there. You have to wonder, then how him lock up again so him not just come out. You know? No man, something wrong with you, man. Every summer you lock up. When I was living in New York, I knew quite a few young men who it's like they would do enough to get locked up for the winter, and then they would be out by summertime. And then they would, gallivanting on the streets a little bit, boost, do whatever they do, get their money, and boom, locked up again. And you gotta be like, we used to ask questions like, how the hell he always locked up? Like, it's something about lock up where him like. I'll never forget one young man came home, not going to say his name, but he came home walking funny. And somebody else that was on Rikers Island with him came to the same barbershop and was like, yo, they bust Buddy up. They bust him up. Yeah, they bust his ass up. Like, yeah, he in. And I remember his barber cutting his hair, and I'm the next barber next to him. And when he pulled on the thing you put around your neck, right, for the haircut, he pull it down like this, and he was turn the chair, and he might tell me about some long crop mark down this man from him neck, you so go down in him back and stuff. You see it like fingernail marks. Man, listen, y'all women who out here looking for prison dudes, something wrong with you. You special. And me as a man, I would never look in prison for a woman. A lot of them in there is gay for the state anyways. Women in there, sucking each other dry and all kinds of stuff. And then come kiss me up. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's just something that you have to be conscious of. And ever hear about silent mud? Yeah, Dorothy T. Silent mud or clean clothes mud people. Yes, Nans. Men pursue women as prisoners as well, and that's what I'm saying. There's a guy on Instagram that was telling everybody, like, for guys who hardly ever get girls and whatever, you could get. And him I tell you about some beautiful ones where I'm getting her. He was like, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of good-looking women that are locked up, and a lot of them need a place to stay when they get out. This is one of the easiest catches. This is how you do it. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm not interested. Couple of other things going on out here. I'm just sorry that it ended this way though for these two women. You know, for all the things you could have done with yourself, you took yourself to a prison to go get locked in. And you didn't get locked in with a man we had do like them give him 2 years and him serve a year already and say and him gonna be out in our next year and probably is somebody we really want to change, and you took yourself to somebody who got 4 life sentences that must be served consecutively. Judge tell him say he's locked up without the possibility of parole, and you went and locked yourself in there with him. 40-hour visit. Uh Locked in for life, literally. Yeah, no. I got a feeling Esserin ain't the only one. There's some more of y'all in this comment section that done went down that road before. You just not as brave as Esserin to speak. So Esserin, big up yourself because you're brave. You know business. You talk it like it goes. All right. And we listen, but we don't judge. But we can't help but judge. But we're not gonna judge so brutally that it is what it is. It done already. It gone already. It is what it is. See? I started such a bend him up with something and he did big and long. Jesus Christ. That was your telling point right there. That was your telling point right there. All right. Let's move along, right? Witnesses claim to be fraud victims testify in court against Sean Kingston and his mommy. Things ain't looking good for Sean Kingston and his mama. Sean Kingston and his mom got arrested and they have been. I remember when them did catch him out in California, they did Sean bad. When they caught Sean Kingston out in California, his attorney said, allow him to get on a plane and get back to Florida, and he'll turn himself in for the charges. You already got his mama in custody. They said, nah. They shackled and chained him and extradited him from California to Broward County Jail. And then they processed him out from there. I thought the case was done, only to find out Monday they were in court. Jury selection finished. First day of court. Opening arguments all on the same day. Tuesday, something else happened. Wednesday, yesterday, they had testimonies done of the people who testified. A car salesman showed up to testify. He's a luxury car vendor. His cars cost XYZ amounts of money, not no cheap vehicles. And he testified in federal court that Sean Kingston took his vehicle. The federal prosecution witness accused Sean Kingston, also known as Keshawn Anderson, and his mother, Janice Turner, of defrauding them. The two are facing charges that stem from accusations that they falsified documents to defraud these businesses. A lot of my fans, I love my fans, is what Sean Kingston said as he was coming out. His mom was coming out of court with the Bible in her hand. They said yesterday when the people were testifying, Sean Kingston had the Bible that time. So I want big Bible too, you know. Was a whole Bible upon the front of it in gold, look like a brown Bible. So in the courtroom, the witness stand, Andre Bush said that he met the Jamaican American artist at the home where he lived in Southwest Ranches in that neighborhood to sell him a Cadillac Escalade. I don't know if y'all know it, but Southwest Ranches is not for cheap people. Like, it's not for if you barely have money. Okay? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson has property over there. It's exclusive property. Lots of well-off people live in that area. So he said when he went to go meet Sean them over there, he thought for sure these type of people, it won't be a problem paying, right? Bush said that after not receiving payments, after they took the Escalade, they sent a fake wire transfer, but Sean Kingston refused to return the luxury car. And he kept using the car, and he wouldn't return it. He eventually paid $20,000, which is what his defense is saying. The defense argued that the artist paid $70,000 for the Cadillac before the dealership took it back. The dealership is saying that's not true. They have fake paperwork. Nothing was paid. A salesman for another jewelry company, Mazal Jeweler, also testified against Sean Kingston and his mom. Said they had provided him with a watch that was worth $285,000 for a watch. He decided after he took the watch, he's not going to pay for it. So what he did was another fake wire transfer to say he paid for the watch. Now his defense claims that Sean referred customers to the Mazal jeweler as part of a deal for the watch. So he don't know why they're suing him, because that was the deal. The deal was I would refer high-end customers to your business who could afford these types of stuff, because I'm Sean Kingston, right? I rub elbows with other celebrities kind of thing. And then there's the bed. And then there's the TV. Some expensive bed and expensive TV. Same story. You know, he had us come over to the house, make the measurements, install the television, get it to work. If you see TV, it took up one whole side of the wall of the mansion. Or the galshan, as them say. And then refused to pay for it. And just kept it. So when they raided the house, those are some of the things they took out the house, but the people then want their money too. Audrey Wright says, does he have proof of these referrals? I don't know. They didn't say, and I'm not going to make nothing up. But you know, you have a point even by your question, Audrey, because if he has a proof of a list of people who he actually sent there, and now hear this: if I make a deal with you though, and I say, okay, give me this $285,000 watch. I mean, I'm SouFLo. I know a couple of people, right? Celebrities that can afford the kind of high-end jewelry you sell. So next time I say so and so, me I go send him and me I go send a bunch of other people come your way. There is no guarantee that the people I send are going to buy your stuff though. I can refer them, but they don't have to buy your stuff. What if them come and them don't like what them see? So I don't think that's a wise. That don't make no sense. He believed the hype that superstars don't pay for nothing, says Kaz Robinson. I think these people who gave him stuff believed also that, you know, based on his association, they would be able to make more and more sales. And it didn't work out that way. So, what we know now, they are in court again. More testimonies will run. Sean Kingston, wire fraud alone is punishable by up to 20 years in prison on each count. And I believe it's 4 or 5 counts that they have. So go with the lesser number, 20 times 4. You're talking about 80 years. I highly doubt, let's be realistic, that they're going to give them 80 years. They might do some concurrent running stuff. And I don't even think they'll get 20 years for this. I'll be surprised if they even do prison time for this. But there's a judge who said, we've had this run-in before. And I told them before that, you know, if he does this again, kind of thing, and had put him on a payment plan before. I'm thinking they're going to get put on a payment plan and things are going to work out. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to get put on a payment plan. The judge is going to watch it strictly and say you pay back this much until you pay off the amount. And if they don't and they slip up on the payments, then they go to prison. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Right, T95 South says, yeah, he can say that he's a walking advertisement. And Audrey says it right. He never promised any sales, just referrals. And proof of the referrals would indicate that they had an arrangement or an agreement. Absolutely. So we have to see how this one works out for him. You know, before I go into the next topic, I see a lot of people like rejoicing and have, y'all know how I do already, right? People say stuff like, I back criminals. It's not backing criminals. It's just that I can't find it in myself to rejoice when somebody's downfall is out in the open. And I'm not wishing prison for them. I'm not wishing prison for Sean. I'm not wishing prison for his mom. I really hope they could find a way to work this out to where they pay back the people them things and they learn a lesson how close they came to actually going to do 20 years and then don't make no more kind of deals like these anymore. They have a track record though. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep up to date with the story to see what comes out of it at this point. I wish them all the best. And no, I'm not praying no bad prayer for the people them. And no, I'm not going to be one of them like the people in the comment section. Lock them up. Throw away the key. His mother is nasty. And she make him stay so. And all these other things. I can't do it. I can't and I won't. All right. Moving right along now. Let's get into some other stuff now. Let me see. The woman them who gone to prison. Sean Kingston and his mother. Let me see. Squash. An update to Squash. Dancehall artist Squash, who many people thought would have been deported already. The 28th of the 28th of March is tomorrow. So them get a plane, a deportee plane every month, right? That lands in Jamaica. And a lot of people were saying he's gonna be on the next one. I believe it comes around the 28th of the month. Anyway, this is the update for Squash. Squash get him gun charge in Miami and was moved to from regular jail to ICE holding, immigration lockup, to federal holding, facing Fed time because the gun that he got caught with had a switch on it. It's one of them gun that what we call, you can call it all kind of name. Anyhow, dancehall entertainer Squash is set to return to court on April 6th for an arraignment hearing. His original date to return to court was actually set for the 26th of March, which was yesterday. That did not happen, and now it's been set for April 2nd. Squash, whose given name is Andre Maurice Whitaker, made his first appearance in court in Miami-Dade County in the U.S. state of Florida on Wednesday morning. So it did happen. His matter was mentioned in the court hearing. His arraignment hearing is where a criminal accused will be formally read the charges against them, and then they'll be able to enter a plea, then guilty, not guilty. The matter of bail will also be discussed at that hearing. Squash is charged with illegal possession of, so he did go to court yesterday, and they set his arraignment date for April 2nd, where they will tell him what the charges are against him, and him can plead. How do you plead? And him plead not guilty, Your Honor, or guilty, Your Honor. He's charged with illegal possession of a modified firearm and carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. He was arrested February 24th in Miami following traffic violation. For those of you who've been following this, you know how the arrest went. You know, walking a FBI sting, they were observing somebody else. He ended up being observed by a FBI agent receiving what the agent described as a handgun from the individual they were doing the sting operation on. The FBI agent called local police, told the local police to follow the car, pull it over, because them know the gun in there, and they saw who was driving, and they ran his identification, and it came back that his driver's license was suspended. So they told them, the driver of that car, his license is suspended anyways, traffic violation, right? Pull the car over. They pulled the car over, and they said that they saw Squash move the gun from him hip and put it in the glove compartment as they turned on the lights and were pulling them over. They asked, you mind if we search? They said that they didn't have a warrant to search the car, but the guy who was driving the car with the suspended license said, yeah, go ahead and search. So they searched the car. They actually said, so they, right when he said yes, they went straight to the glove compartment. That's what the report says. Right when he complied, right when he said yes, consented to the search, we went straight to the glove compartment because we had seen him move something from his waistband, put it in there, and it turned out to be the same chip Glock, the Glock with the switch that was in there, which they said is the same weapon they observed the individual they were surveying give to him. So them find it. Last Thursday of each month is the deportee thing. Meanwhile, them have family members that are doing the same thing or worse, says Nance. Well, Nance, so you go. So Squash and the other occupants of the cars, Zidane and George Prescott, were subsequently arrested. Prescott was found to be operating the vehicle without proper licensing. And according to the police report, the arrest of Squash and Prescott came after a person who was under observation by the FBI was seen giving Squash that black object that turned out to be that gun. It's believed that the object is the gun that was found in the glove compartment during the arrest. So come April 2nd, he will be back in court to stand before the judge to hear what he'll be charged with exactly. You know, they're doing their runaround behind the scenes, you know. So this is where his attorney could probably get, okay, let's throw this out. Okay, and we're going to charge him with this or whatever. So we'll have to wait to see what exact charges he's going to have and what his plea is going to be. Is he going to fight it and say, I plead not guilty, Your Honor, because they never found that gun on me, and that's not my gun. I never touched that gun before. Make it one of them cases that where the agent probably planted that shit there. It wasn't mine. We don't know what he's going to say or if he's going to just straight up say guilty. And if him said guilty and then it goes to trial, or guilty and he'll take a plea deal, what the plea deal is going to be, and then how his immigration status is going to work out after this. That's the most important part for everybody who's paying attention, is how his immigration status is going to work out. Is he going to be deported right away? Are they going to make him do Fed time first, then deport him? You know, what's the case going to be? Can he make a comeback, Dorothy T says. Come back to where? If he's deported on these charges, him can't come back to America. But SouFlo, can that second charge really stick? The charge about no permit, since the Florida law says that we don't need a permit, or am I thinking wrong? Says Banches. No, Banches, it can't stick. We went over the explanation before. So here it goes for you. I went into the law and I read it. The law gave the date and it says, as of boom, boom, bam date, must be 2 years ago, people in Florida can carry guns without a permit, without a conceal permit. However, you must be a citizen or a permanent resident. That means that you hold a green card. You hold a green card. Dentist said Buju Banton came back. Hold on, we're going to talk about that. That means you hold a green card. So if you don't hold a green card or citizenship, you can't carry a gun here, concealed here. So he's out of the loop, right? If him papers did work out already now and him have a green card, it wouldn't have been a problem because it's concealed and he's well within his rights to carry it. Now, comparing Buju's situation to Squash situation, yeah, talk about drugs versus guns. You're talking about a Glock with a switch, though. A Glock with a switch compared to some dope is two different things. It all depends on how they look at it. But, and you know what? I'll take that back. I'll say this. Never say never. Because I am not an immigration agent. I'm not an immigration attorney. And I'm definitely not a judge, immigration judge. So never say never. Because we have seen quite a few situations, right? Enough people don't want to talk about this, and I don't think I should go deep into it, so please don't press me to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Buju, I'm gonna leave it alone. Buju up on a whole another thing now, and I'm just gonna leave that alone. But yeah, never say never. Never say never. Unless you're right, he's not a green card holder. My mind did far. Yeah, he's not a green card holder. His situation hasn't been worked out yet. And in the report, it said the suspect already has an open case before the immigration courts, awaiting his something about him status prior to this arrest. So you don't know. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be super hard to walk away from a chip Glock charge. It's gonna be super hard to walk away from that, especially when you have a FBI agent saying, "Hey man, we were under surveillance. We were scoping out Leroy, and this guy just so happened to walk into our investigation, so we have him too. And we observed Leroy hand him the weapon. We told the local police, go follow them. I bet you it's in that car, and it's right there. 1 + 1 added up to 2. There's no going around it. I mean, how do you really beat that? How do you beat that? He can say, that man never handed me nothing. We don't know if they were recording. And you could see a film of him on tape being handed the item. So for him to just say, that's not mine, I never even touched it. Well, who put it in the car then? Because we saw you move something from you. It's all to be fought out in court, man. Yeah, you could say it wasn't mine, but it's all to be fought out in court. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. And for the people them who keep on bug me in the comment section about, you see how you got soft one time, you see how one time you talk about them man, the legs squash them, or you act like you sympathize with them and you don't want to say anything too bad. It's because I don't want to look like a fool. So I don't say stuff that I don't know. I don't know. The only thing we know is the information they've given us. He'll be back in court for his arraignment on April 2nd. Arraignment is when them tell you exactly what you're going to be charged for, and then you say guilty or not guilty. And then they take it from there. That's all me know. So if you people ever want me to say all this extra stuff, for what? I don't talk like that. I don't run my mouth about stuff I don't know. And that too, Nans. We are praying for the best outcome for him. Yes. Because we don't wish none of our people any bad. Nobody is perfect, and I don't wish nobody no bad. I wish someone would have wise up though and move a little better. But I'm not wishing no bad for nobody. I truly wish good for others as much as I wish good for myself. You know? Crystal G says, Bujo not knowingly associated with no gang. Why the comparison? Well, you know, I could see what the person who was asking the question meant. Crystal G, you would have to go break it down in details now, but crime is crime, you know, and both crimes were serious crimes. Baga drugs over here so versus a gun over there so is pretty much like the same crime. They're not looking at his association with whoever. When I guarantee you, when they try him for that Glock with the switch, they will not be bringing up his association with any gang in it. That's not how they work. Now, if he was, say, caught in a shooting incident that had to do with gang war and this side against that side, then they would bring up his affiliation with XYZ gang. But they catch him with a gun, that affiliation right there for them is like hearsay. Right. The person was just asking, you know, Buju came back, so maybe Squash could too. And Busy Signal came back. Remember, you know, them extradite Busy Signal out of Jamaica. I keep saying this. They extradited Busy Signal out of Jamaica. Fly him go foreign. And you know when them extradite you, I don't know, pretty something. So you know, get like, oh, get dressed properly and put on some nice clothes because we're going to the airport and we're getting on a plane. You know, a shackles and chain and jumpsuit, my friend. And them extradite Busy out of Jamaica, you know, carry him go foreign, you know. Try him, convict him, put him in a federal prison, give him some time, brush off time, come out, dip him back at Jamaica, and he made his way back into the US again. He got papers to enter the US. Busy come here, come do some big show. Matter of fact, the other day, Busy Signal was at a NBA basketball game during the halftime. This is somebody who got extradited, served fed time, got deported, and he's at a NBA, official NBA game at the NBA arena doing the halftime show. This was like what, a week ago? So you know, you never know, man. You never know. I'll say it again. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a judge. I'm no legal expert when it comes to immigration, so I can't speak to that effect. Can't speak to that effect. The world is so small, right? Check this out. There's a female lawyer who I follow, and I'm following, and she would holler back like, but me follow her content because she says sense. So when I'm digging research to go put up any of my videos, I'll slide by and see what she has to say on certain topics when she's giving legal advice. Not for nothing, yesterday me I scroll through, and guess who I see her with? Vibes Cartel. And she was like, welcome our newest client. And Cartel saying in a video, she a work on my visa right now. And I always see her and she's like, she's very confident in what she does. She's like, my clients, them, she basically give the aura of, I handle this. And my clients, them are good. And when I saw her with Cartel yesterday, I'm like, I've known her for a while. Not in person, but in passing for a while, and didn't know that. So you see how small the world is. Signal went back to Jamaica on his own. Bujo went back to Jamaica on his own too. That might be something to consider. Buju Banton went back to Jamaica on his own too. You hear a lot of people say Buju Banton was deported. He wasn't. He wasn't. There's a part in the process where you can ask to self-deport, or you can ask to take yourself back home then. And they said that's the best thing to do, because then that deportation stuff is not on. Because you do have a right to fight. And you can fight in the courts in the US. Challenge your deportation. Man said, I'm not challenging my deportation. As far as I was told, Buju Banton was well established in the state of Florida. Well established meaning, you have bank account in this place, you have money in this place, you have property in this place, you have family ties in this place, children, etc., etc. Buju had all of that in the state of Florida and could have, fought in court, challenged his deportation, but he didn't. And because he didn't is why he was able to bounce back like that. Again, I'm not a immigration attorney, so me no know. What were me when this live started? Reggae Girl. Boy, Reggae Girl, he must have been asleep. BM says at the time Signal had a green card because his mother had filed for him. Right. And he could have challenged it, because that's your right as a... See, I'm learning stuff as I'm doing these immigration videos. So if you are a green card holder, even if they decide to take your green card from you, stop right there, sir. I have a video coming out, another everything a green card holder needs to know. There's a wealth of information in it. I'll post that later on today. Look out for that video. But you have rights. Just know say you have rights. Right. Yep. I know someone who did self-deport after a year in the feds. All right. So that's it for squash. For those who want to know, April 2nd, which is in a few days, we will know a whole wealth of information more about how much time he's facing, what charge is it, did he plead guilty or not guilty, does he have an attorney to fight, is it a public defendant or a hired private attorney. All these things can make a big difference. And say if him show up with a public defendant when it's time to fight, what everybody are going to say. Everybody are going to say then the whole heap of money where you are talk about, brother, and how you have public defendant when your life is on the line. So we'll see come April 2nd. All right? Missy, a Wednesday? Wednesday. All right. We have two more things to talk about a little bit, and then we're going to be up out of here. Well, three of them. I'll say in passing. So Rihanna, work, Rihanna. under my umbrella, Ella Rihanna. Yeah, Barbados, Rihanna. Rihanna is bringing her Fenty Beauty and her Skin and Skin. These are two of her brands, most popular product lines, are bringing those to Jamaica starting April. The Fenty Beauty, I had to ask this morning because me never know, because, you know, I'm a man and I don't follow these types of stuff. It's not in my interest. So the article said that she's bringing her Fenty Beauty and skincare. And I thought, isn't it the same thing? So I asked Shakira and she said it's not. She said the Fenty Beauty is the makeup line and the Fenty Skin is a skincare line. So she's bringing those two to Jamaica. Nan says her products are the bomb. Her products are the bomb, Nance. Well, starting in April, she'll be in Jamaica. There's more information out there about it, but when the live did crash earlier, it got all erased from my screen. So you can just go look up Rihanna bringing her Fenty products to Jamaica starting in April, and it will actually tell you April, what date, and where location. I think it's Fontana Pharmacies exclusively. It's an exclusive deal with Fontana Pharmacies in Jamaica that will be carrying her products. But you can go look that up on your own for those of you who are interested. And, you know, things are changing, man. The world is changing. Rihanna bring our products come on Jamaica. I told y'all, babe, what are something that name where you always I get package from? Amazon. You see how she quiet? She quiet around the whole morning. She quiet all morning because she not give me no pum pum from God know when. But it's alright. Come there, I go and hold it, you know. You're stressed. Mm. When I see how I talk about my business all the time. But I tell people say I don't have nothing to hide. God knows say I don't have nothing to hide. I don't want to live a quiet life where I hide nothing. I don't want nobody but me and say he is so different from the person he pretends to be. No, go but me and see me. I the same so me talk. I the same so maybe I just need to get comfortable around you though, because I'm a people person like that. I mean I am a people person, but because I work in, you know, occupational therapy, so I have to be a people person. But that's how when your job depends on it. If you meet me out the road, don't expect me to open up and be all jovial and so flow. I'm very guarded. I'm very guarded to public. But if you're there around me long enough, you don't just know say I the same me, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I every bit time. Come in, I have nothing to hide. I don't want to live a life where I hide stuff. I'm past that age. You know, we're too big. We're past them age there. Where we have to hide stuff and pretend stuff and act like me don't want to do that. Yeah, so a long time now she not give me none. I'm there I go and do myself try hold out. What my version of a long time is? What my version of a long time, babe? 3 days. That feel like 3 months. 3 days. She say a long time that. That is a yes, Banches. Banches says a technical protest. Andre, this time we didn't tell with you. Hold on there. Carl, boy, it you know, you have to hold out more time here, sir. Cause you know, it was like, let me see, loud, Ross. So what? Mrs. Bram says stop. You I'll ride him. Nance, I be a frustration around here, no? But for those with hypersensitive skin, it's a problem. Or for her products. SouFLo call Anna. Annie Palmer. Sheen close opening. Sheen close opening the grill. Amazon start delivering to Jamaica for free. No extra fee added. So you're there in Jamaica, you can literally just order on Amazon and it's delivered just like how it delivers in the state. Why? Little bro go look for a prison rat. Why? So you mean this time with there with you a pumps upon your mind? Yes, Audrey. She said she's stressed though. Babe, why you stressed? Okay. Shakira is like a perfectionist, okay? Um she have to get all A's in school in all her grades and whatnot. And I thought she was joking yesterday when she called me and said she failed her exam. And the amount of studying me see she do for that the exam there. When she said she failed it, I was like, yeah, right, because that's not her, you know. But she apparently failed the exam for real, and she was taking it hard, you know. So it's not about me. I was just being kind of jokey, putting that out there like that. But that's true. I haven't had any in a while. But me I behave myself still because sometimes other things are more important, you know. And honestly, if I was going to school too and me I feel like my exam and them something there, me no want nobody touch me. I'm not in the mood to skin out. Me no want to do none of that. Uh, that's like when my money not right, don't speak to me. Like, I'm stressed. If my money ever not right, I am super stressed. And me not feel for do no, you know, no sexual activities, no nothing. I'm stressed. Cause me have picnic to take care of. I got a bag of kids to feed. So you know, me have family to take care of and them thing there. But I understand her with her stuff too, man. And she did look stressed as Ross from yesterday. So I'm gonna come out of the whole thinking about myself kind of thing. Yeah. Well, on there. I did get some a couple of days ago. She said my idea of a long time is foolishness. Cause if she gave the poems, she would have to pass that. You know what? Oh, Cartel Empress. Yes. So when I pick her, hear me yesterday to her, me say, you know what? Me glad me never get none. Because the whole time she's locked in studying, right? So I couldn't get none. And when she tell me say she failed the exam, me say me glad me never get none, cause if me did get it, you'd hear say, me distract you and you know have you a do them sitting there so you never have enough time to study and I know that did depend on your mind and I didn't want to be a distraction. So I'm exonerated cause I know me. You hold out from me and you never get none. But hear me now, no. May I tell her say our body is missing certain chemicals that allows the brain to think at a super level. And I carry those chemicals. And once you're locked in with somebody, once you don't take the chemicals like you're supposed to take the chemicals, then you start malfunctioning kind of thing. So you have to get your regular dose in order. And Mr. Torres say, yo, you know, so if you did give me some, you probably would have passed. Not probably you would have passed the exam there. Because me always get some and you pass the exam then, but me not get none this time and you fail your exam. So obviously, you know, the proof is in the pudding. She dehydrated, Audrey. You're right, no? But yeah, man, that's always your solution to everything. That is always your solution to everything. But I try help. I'm trying to help. Here she again. Yeah, help out yourself. I was trying to help. But I really do think that for real. So, babe, and I drop me a make when me say it. I do think that for real. Like, you know, there are certain chemicals that you need, and once you don't get them, you know you're gonna malfunction a little bit until you get them back. So your brain wasn't functioning properly under the stress of the test because you never get the. All right, I was trying to help. Proven by scientific methods. Absolutely. uh, then with them, they are big time scientific calculations. Exactly, Missy Bram Bram. Exactly, sis. Uno go over for her, so go tell her that for me, please. Go tell her that for me, please, because I want to see her win. I want to see her win, and I have the stuff to help her to win. Well, you know, when you're not in the mood, you're just not in the mood. I'm not pressure nothing still, cause you know when it's good, it's good. So she want a break, she get her break. We just have to go suck two grapefruit and deal with the frustration till, or two sour lime and deal with the frustration till. Cause see what she write on the paper. I need oiling. Yes. Because my manager has been miserable for years. She need the body. Mel, come and work. Bex with everybody. That everybody run like you in the army. You need a man at the house. Big frustration. They actually said that's a thing in the workplace though. Especially for women who are middle aged. Them says a thing in our workplace. Middle aged women come in and then come in grouchy and groggy, and you know, people are like, I can't stand my boss. Them say that I go on, so you know, them now get the proper piping or even a little close up intimacy at home, these kind of things. And they take it out on people. We're humans, man. We're humans. Everybody need them dose of, you know, good loving and them thing there. Little closeness, little exchange of energy kind of thing. She need bunches. Yo said that they will definitely get her a wink wink. Yeah, I figure convince she that. Why SouFLo, you're being featured on a lot of thumbnails. Wow. I'm being featured on a lot of thumbnails. Well, thanks to them for all the promotion. Make them do them thing. Whoever had me on a lot of thumbnails, none of them are brave enough to call here on a live. And when you see them, you should say that. You know he goes live every day. Brave up and call in for the live now and say who you are and take it from there. I dare you. I dare you. Since they want to have fun with it, I'll have fun with it, but I'm not calling nobody's name who ain't brave enough to even say nothing. Audrey, me not like you, Audrey. Me I'll leave this right, that's all. So Vibes Cartel release. This is how we're going out this morning, right? Lisa Hyper is out of the hospital. She's doing good. She looked good. You know, I was looking at Lisa and I was like, man, she look complete. Baby, you see Lisa? Her face look like a teenager face. She look very well rested. She look calm. You know? Boy, sometime. Why, Lisa, big up yourself. A life here. Everybody have to go through their thing. So she's right here. She's out of the hospital. She was speaking.
Care of me and they love me. You know? Yes, Sully from Cleveland. Must no dreamers. I don't know.
See her here. Some of you might have seen her.
One. So big up Upper Ward 21, UA. They took good care of me and they love me. You know? Yes, Sully from Cleveland, schemers, no dreamers. I don't know where it go. So Queen came to see you. Yeah, Queenie came to see me in Jamaica. Queenie came and looked for me. Yeah, I don't remember the next medication, but it's two of them and they're working quite fine. So you guys don't need to worry, okay? Let me see. Male Spice Official. Hi, baby.
All right, so she said she's on 2 medication and the medications are working quite fine. She said Queenie came to see her. She looked good. She looked good. She looked well rested and stuff. You know me already. Me pay attention to the comments them. So me see somebody. She said big up Ward 21. Them take very good care of her. For those of you who are wondering if Jamaica has anything in place for individuals that might be going through the stuff that Lisa was going through, I think she was a big I don't want to say a big advertisement for them, but that's a big answer to that question. You know, she was able to get the help that she needs, and she's now back to being the Lisa where we know versus the Lisa where she a human, you know, man. Human conditions, man.
The next one.
You know,
So
and things
the
happen.
next one. So big up Upper Ward 21, UA. They took good care of me and they love me. You know? Yeah, Sully from Cleveland, schemers, no dreamers. I don't know it go.
So she look much different.
So
she don't look agitated.
Yeah, Queenie came to see me in Jamaica. Queenie came and looked for me. Yeah, I don't remember the next medication, but it's two of them and they're working quite fine. So you guys don't need to worry, okay? Let me see. Male Spice Official. Hi, baby. The next one.
All right. She said we don't need to worry because our medication will work quite fine. See? I'm glad to see her, man. I'm glad to see she out and I do all right. You know, I tell you before that mental health issue is something serious. It's something that we in the Caribbean, not just Jamaica, I've noticed this amongst all Caribbean islands, culture, across the culture. Mental health for us is, we take it for a joke thing, you know? And it's obia you or somebody put the lizard tail in your spliff or the man head just chip off boy. I know what's going on with he or we don't have a good outlook and understanding. And like I said before, I think Lisa could probably be a spokesperson for mental health and, you know, bipolar disorder and whatever else goes on with her. Because I'm sure there are more people in Jamaica going through it when I have no kind of support around them and people treat them all kind of way when all they really need is people who understand what they're going through to surround them and help them to get the help they need so them can function them best. You know? So big up to her, man, Lisa. Lisa has 2 songs that are doing super well. One is doing way better than the other one. Hard Drive is a summer song. I can't wait to actually be in a club and observe Hard Drive being played. I might even money pull up it just to see. And then Bittersweet. Bittersweet is kind of like make you want to shed a tear kind of thing. So Hard Drive and Bittersweet. She's back, and like I said before, she did say, you know, she every time them episode here happen, it take her. She don't want to be out of the loop that long, cause she get in a creative space, she put out good content, and then boom, and then she's set back 3 months at a time where she's not able to promote her stuff. She's not, and then by the time she get back out, it's like she have to start all over again. I don't want her to start all over again. I want y'all to go support Hard Drive and support Bittersweet. 2 strong songs with 2 good videos. She changed her name on YouTube though. She's no longer Lisa Hyper. She is Felicia Gooding. Felicia. Felicia Gooden. Gooden. It still pop up Lisa Hyper under it for the videos, but the channel name changed to Felicia Gooden, which she's using that name instead. Right? Vibes Cartel drops a new video. Y'all remember when I told y'all about the EP? Me talked about Cartel EP before the EP that actually even got Grammy nominated. That's why we love that we're not wagonist. I spoke about that EP before it even got Grammy nominated. I think I'm the only person to this day to review, pen and paper review, every word of Pale Blue Dot, which Pale Blue Dot is a strong song from that EP. Cartel just dropped Ignite the World. Money, money, ignite the world. Ignite the World is doing super well. The video dropped yesterday. The visuals are, you know him, they are foreign, so the Cartel video them was always good. Sometimes I even wondered, like, how come this guy is out, this person are free, and the man that they're behind bars? For over the years, he was behind bars. And I'm like, how is he dropping videos that are visually more pleasing than people who are out here? The team, the people him work with, his connections, I guess. Me don't know. But now the video them take a even upper notch. I don't know if you all have seen it. SouFLo, I think it's the stress that she go through when she doing music and she forget her medication. I don't know what it is. That cause that affect her personal life. I don't know if it's stress what she go through, or if a people around her way stress her, or maybe she needs to let go the weed smoking and the drinking and the alcohol. It could be a bunch of different things. It could be a bunch of different things. I don't know which one it is. I just wish her all the best, and I hope she figure it out. You know, some people they figure it out over time, and then they're able to handle themselves better, and then other people end up really, really bad. There's a point in your life where you get frustrated of having to always start over, of having to hear voices, of having to feel this way and that way, and never be normal like other people. And some people get to the place where they feel like, say, it's better off I'm not here, kind of thing. So for her, I wish her all the best, and I hope she figures it out and get herself, you know, in control of herself, where she'll be able to give us the best of her. Cause Lisa bad, you know, as an artist, you know, she bad. I'm telling you, go listen to Bittersweet. Hard Drive and the girl them song that summer song that for true. But go listen to Bittersweet. She is a bad piece of artist. She's a bad writer. She's a bad performer. She just, you know, you have these hiccups in life, man. And I'm just praying that she manage it. Get to the place where she's able to manage it. Haven't heard anything about Cartel contacting her to see how she's doing or anything like that. I know a lot of people want to know, did he abandon her? Are they still holding, and the rest of the camp as well, Sean Storm and the rest of them, are they holding this against her, this episode, them kick her out, or are they going to rally back around her in time and say, you know, we see what you got through, and you know it could have happened to anyone away and everything. You said some things that were unsavory, but we understand what the situation was, and make we patch this and move forward. You know, that's what family does. That's what real love look like. So I'm hoping that that's what she receives also. But you know, them have to go work that out, but for them end. Right. Lisa said that before, man. Crystal G. She said that before. She said that before. I just don't think. I don't think that's that. She said Casey says she said she don't want Cartel around her. Well, that's maybe where she's at with that decision. You know, maybe that's what she did with that decision there. And she has all right to be, if that if I saw she has said with a sound mind, she has all right to that. Like I said, I fear her life. And me can't talk about fear her life. I don't know her business like that. She have to know what she want round her and who she want round her. I just pray that she iron out everything, get to the part where she is on a smooth sailing and she can level out, and then we get to see the best of her as an artist. Because I'm convinced she's probably in her musical prime right now. Big woman thing, and can talk maturely through her music right now. You know, them kind of something. You know, when you're a little picnic, you make little picnic music, but when you're a big somebody, you can tell so the content change because you've lived some now and you have a different understanding or grasp on life. I think we could get her best work out of her right now. So I just hope that she reach Dessa to that place there. Right. And again, Lisa, big up yourself. One of my favorite artists. When it comes to female dancehall artists, she is actually my favorite female dancehall artist. Yeah. Move along. Survives Cartel releases Ignite the World video out now. I want you to go see the video. Every song on the Party With Me EP though deserves a video. So I'm glad to see that so many of them are getting videos. We do this. Hotspot. Shelly Belly in a hotspot. Go look up Vibes Cartel Hotspot. That's one that was on the EP Party With Me. Go look up Ignite the World, which just dropped. That's another one from the same EP, Party With Me. For the man them who love the gun thing or the girl them who love the gun thing, go look up AR-15. That's one that's on the same EP. So the videos are coming, just like I said. When I heard that EP, I said, every rotted song on this EP deserve a video. Remember, you know, cause make that video, that EP here and drop it, you know, before him get released, you know. So he was in prison doing this. Seeing? I said, damn, every one of them deserve a video. I was surprised it got Grammy nominated, him get free from prison. The EP get Grammy nominated. Now it's like what I said is coming through, because so far all these videos have dropped from that EP. The one them we need them video. If Cartel, listen this. Dollar Dollar need a video. That song they're too strong to not have a video. Wet need a video. Tell Me What You Want. Tell Me What You Want went viral on TikTok. There's no way you can't put a video up for that. That need a video. Remember the other day when they have all the dance challenge them? With the Tell Me What You Want song? Needs a video. Matter of fact, Tell Me What You Want need a video like ASAP. A summertime now. Party With Me, the lead song for the EP, Party With Me, need a video. Pale Blue Dot is my favorite song off of the whole EP. And I just feel like that song that can transcend and go off into a whole different by itself. The way how him start out, Pale Dot, him free now, you know. The man started off with Rihanna wine, Rihanna wine, Rihanna wine, do the Rihanna wine. When you wind up your waistline, you're beautiful. Yeah, man. So all of them, that whole album, me don't know how to say it other than the man the born for do what him a do. And now that he has gotten the US visa, is in foreign, linking up with a whole bunch of people, doing work. There's a track out there right now. He just did some work with Akon and Busta Rhymes on the same track with a Vibes Cartel. Then we just see him with DJ Khaled in the studio, and know there's tracks coming from that. Plus with Bounty Killer and Vibes Cartel and DJ Khaled. You know, DJ Khaled put theme spin on things. We the best and all this other stuff, plus his connections. I'm just waiting to see dancehall take off like it should. And it's doing it, and it's doing it perfectly well. The brother Tulax. Big up yourself, Tulax. But we don't always agree on everything. Tulax said Cartel has not made any significant mark since he got released from prison, musically. What a lot of people not understand is once you have a platform, you know, say anything you say, somebody will go out there if they agree with you. So there were a lot of people that agree with Tulax that Cartel has not made any significant impact since he came out. The song for the summer, when me want Vibes Cartel to do a video for next, is the song that is called God is the Greatest. If you don't hear God is the Greatest yet by Vibes Cartel, go and listen to it. That song right there is powerful. That song right there need a video. Not true, Nans. That song they need a video like ASAP, like right away. Yeah, I'm link up the hot name them in Africa, the people them where do the thing big time. So you know there's a lot coming out of that. And they're looking forward to having him there. Man, when he touched that continent, that's gonna be on a whole other level again. There's levels to this. So, but yes, all of the songs off of the EP Party With Me deserve a video. Every single one of them. And I wish he take him time and just put them at one. In the meantime, the man is like a workaholic, super busy, working two different sides of his mind at once. Because as soon as Ignite the World drops. Here he is, filming video for a song that I've never heard of. So it's obviously a new song. That's called Miami Vice Episode. And again, him there. So the know so the video them I do a whole different top tier. I don't know. This man is outworking everybody. He was outworking everybody when he was in prison, which we thought, damn. I mean, you're in a prison, bro. I outwork everybody. And now that he's out, he is absolutely outworking everybody. But a Vibes Cartel, so what is to be expected? You know? But that's where we're gonna leave this one this morning. I'm telling y'all, go if you haven't heard God is the Greatest, go listen to God is the Greatest. I wanted to start off playing it this morning, but we gone too far into the video already. And you know the copyright infringement something. Ignite the World is out, go check it out. God is the Greatest, listen that. Lisa Hyper, Hard Drive, bad, bad, bad. Bittersweet, dope. We're gonna leave it right there. So SouFLo Miami Vice been out, but he was in jail. But that song was a big hit. Me never, yeah. Cause I remember the part about the cups up and everybody have a red cup. That's sticking on my brain. But it wasn't really doing like it should be doing. But did you see the video that's coming for it though? You see clips of the video that's coming for it? Me know say it all crazy. Everybody has said all. Let me show you a piece of the video. Piece of video. So that's them. No, you can't see too good. He's obviously surrounded by. Alright, people, that is it. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. Big up on yourself. And I'll see you tomorrow morning right here if God spare my life. Like my granny Miss Ruby said, if you can't be, she said be good, but if you can't be good, be careful. And my grandfather Mas Cleavy said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. Alright? Go over to Vibes Cartel IG and you will get an up to date of what I go on and what I go on. Alright? I'm out. Peace. That's the people for the Caribbean. Yeah.